Kashmir to Kanyakumari, India is a spellbinding mosaic of culture, tradition, languages and an extraordinary mingling civilization. Keeping its age-old culture maintained, today the country is taking huge strides in the path of development. Hello, I'm your host Uzma Jaffrey, and today in our episode of My India, we bring you some of the stories that will give you a glimpse of our country's diversity. Let's begin the show by taking you to the paradise on earth, Jammu and Kashmir, where recently a Sufi festival was organized by the authorities to highlight the culture and traditions of the Union Territory. Have a look.
From Shaivite masters to Sufi saints, Jammu and Kashmir is well known for being the land of spiritual gurus. It is rightly called as Peer-Ware, meaning an abode of Sufis and saints who played a crucial role in knitting the culture called Kashmiriyat. To bring this rich heritage of the territory to light, 3-day Sufi festival was held at Sher-e-Kashmir International Conference Centre in Srinagar. Organized by the Department of Tourism in collaboration with several other departments, the event was attended by a number of dignitaries including professors, lecturers, scholars, writers, poets and students. During the festival, speakers dwelled on the influence of Sufis and saints on the rich heritage of Kashmir. They also emphasized on the need for sharing their legacies with the rest of the world. Students called the festival a great initiative to aware the younger generation of its roots.
इनसे हमें अपनी हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता चलता है, मतलब पहले क्या होता था, क्योंकि सूफी जो है एक मतलब इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल है हमारी हिस्ट्री में था पहले, तो इससे हमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें पता चली हैं अपनी हिस्ट्री के बारे में. ये बहुत ज़रूरी है, लोगों को अवेयर करने के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है हमारी हिस्ट्री के बारे में जानने के लिए, ख़ास तौर पर नेक्स्ट जनरेशन जो आने वाली जनरेशन है या हम अभी है, तो ये हमारे लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है.
मेरे ख्याल से बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है टूरिज़म डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से सूफिज़म के बारे में बताना, लोगों को अवेयर करना कि कैसा है, किस तरह हम हॉस्पिटैलिटी देते हैं लोगों को, क्योंकि बाकी सब मतलब कि छोड़ते हैं, और लोगों को कैसे बताते हैं कि हम हॉस्पिटैलिटी की तरफ से कितने अच्छे हैं.
As a part of the event, a video presentation on Sufism, namely a journey through mystic Kashmir, was also showed by the tourism department.
It's a symbol of Kashmir's collective faith, spirituality and culture.
A mystic gallery was also set up where traditional artifacts, manuscripts and musical instruments were displayed. In addition to it, authorities provided space to artisans who are associated with any Kashmiri art form, thus giving visitors a glimpse of the valley's art and craft. By way of showcasing the rich legacy of the territory, the festival also aimed at giving boost to tourism.
We are focusing on एक्सपीरियंशियल टूरिज़म. उसी सिलसिले में आज हम सूफ़ी फेस्टिवल जो है वो मना रहे हैं, जहाँ वी आर ट्राइंग टू गिव पीपल अ ग्लिम्प्स ऑफ सूफीज़म, आवर श्राइन्स, आवर हेरिटेज, अबाउट आवर ईथॉस, जिसमें आप देख रहे हैं वी हैव सच अ वंडरफुल डिस्प्ले ऑफ आवर सूफी श्राइन्स एंड टेम्पल्स विद लिटिल नोट्स ऑन व्हाट वी स्टैंड फॉर, व्हाट इट सिग्निफाइज, व्हाट इट मीन्स टू अस एंड व्हाट इट मीन्स टू द वर्ल्ड. आई थिंक अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड आर इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस kind of tourism as well, and it is our endeavor that we will try and do everything to see that we have, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि spiritual tourism की तरफ भी हम जोर दें और हर लोग हर तरह से आए. We have several other events lined up. In fact, during this festival we have events in several places all over the Union Territory, in Jammu Division, in Kashmir Division. This is just the beginning and the start, and we will continue to try and improve the experiences that people have.
Meanwhile, traditional musical instruments played by the local artists created an enchanting atmosphere at the center. Such initiatives by the J&K authorities to promote the role of saints and Sufis will not just contribute in highlighting the rich heritage of the territory, but will also bring a revolution in its tourism industry.
Different religious communities reside peacefully in India. This bond of religious harmony and brotherhood is the most valuable essence of the Indian society. A major role in preserving this very essence of the Indian society is done by the Dargahs of Sufi saints, which is visited by people of all religions. So today, we will take you to the Dargah of Daata Khairan Pir Sahib in Muzaffarpur city of Bihar, where the 42nd Urs of Saint brought together people of all religions under one roof.
An epicenter of faiths, a place where brotherhood and bonhomie between as many religions could be seen flourished and prospered at its best. The Dargah of Daata Khairan Pir Sahib, situated in the Muzaffarpur district of Bihar, is one such melange of diversities. Recently, the shrine witnessed a rush of devotees during the 42nd Urs of the saint. Devotees from different religious communities, be it Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs or from any other community, attended the Urs to seek blessings of the saint.
यहाँ हिंदू मुस्लिम सभी लोग मिलजुल के ही मजार को मनाते हैं। यहाँ मुस्लिम से ज़्यादा हिंदू लोग का वासी है। यहाँ पे सभी लोग मिलजुल के इसका उर्स मनाते हैं। ये 42वां उर्स हम लोग मना रहे हैं, जो भगवानपुर गोलंबर से होते हुए गोवर्सही मझौलिया मारीपुर से होते हुए श्रमजीवी नगर मजार पे चादर के पोसी किया गया है, जो इनका 42वां उर्स है। हर साल की तरह इस साल भी हम लोग शांतिपूर्वक धूमधाम से हम लोग चादर पोसी का काम किए हैं। चादर पोसी सब लोग भाई लोग मिलजुल के चादर चढ़ाते हैं।
Marking the occasion, a procession was taken out in the city which started from the Bhagwanpur area and passed through the Majoliya, Lenin Chowk, Maripur, Bibiganj, Yadav Nagar Gate and finally ended up at the Dargah of the Saint, situated in the Shramjeevi Nagar area. A fair was also organized near the Dargah in the market where people were seen shopping and buying holy chadars. Devotees, including women and children, offered holy chadars to the saint for fulfillment of wishes. It is believed that the saint fulfills the wishes of all and nobody returns empty-handed from here.
यहाँ जो भी आए हैं मुराद सबका पूरा हुआ है। आज तक कोई खाली हाथ नहीं गया। यहाँ कोई भी ऐसा नहीं है, सभी धर्म के लोग आते हैं। यहाँ मुस्लिम से ज़्यादा हिंदू लोग भी आते हैं, जो मानते हैं सभी लोग दिल से मानते हैं इनको। इसमें जो इनका मानता है कि इनके दरगाह में जो एक बार आ गया वो 10 आदमी को लेकर आते हैं, इतना मानता है।
The Dargah of Daata Khairan Pir Sahib is a perfect example of communal harmony that is witnessed throughout the length and breadth of our country.
Now, a roundup of some of the major stories that made news recently.
The cast of Hindi web series The Broken News, an adaptation of the British series Press, attended the screening of the show in India's western Mumbai city. Indian actors Sonali Bendre, Jaideep Ahlawat, Shreya Pilgaonkar, Mugdha Godse and Taruk Raina were among others who dressed up and posed for media persons on the red carpet as they took part in the event.
बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग सब्जेक्ट है, बहुत ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है। आज जिस दौर में हम हैं वहाँ इंफॉर्मेशन और मीडिया का इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग रोल है हमारी लाइफ में कि हम उससे अछूते नहीं रह सकते। तो उसी सब्जेक्ट को लेके ये कहानी है।
Directed by Vinay Vaikul, the series was released in Hindi, Tamil and Telugu on the Indian streaming platform ZEE5. Sea of devotees thronged the Hindu temple of Vrijdam Haveli in India's western Gujarat state to offer hundreds of thousands of mangoes to Hindu deity Thakurji, who is believed to be a form of Lord Krishna. Devotees, mainly Vaishnavas, offered 125,000 mangoes with a view to celebrate the deity's 23rd Patotsav, which is celebrated to mark the day of the installation of the idol in the temple.
और ये संकुल में विराजते ठाकुर जी के 23वें पाटोत्सव के उपलक्ष्य में आज एक ऐतिहासिक 1.25 लाख केरी अमृतोत्सव का मनोरथ आयोजित किया गया है। आज हजारों की तादाद में केवल बड़ौदा से नहीं लेकिन गुजरात राज्य से आज वैष्णव लोग यहाँ दर्शनार्थ पधारे हैं।
The Patotsav is an annual celebration where devotees offer fruits, sugar, juices, flowers and incense to the deity. Vaishnavas form one of the major subsects within the Hindu religion. Followers of Vaishnavism believe in only one Hindu deity, which is Lord Vishnu and his incarnations. As many as 54 differently abled couples tied the knot at a mass wedding ceremony in India's western Vadodara city. Dressed up in the traditional Indian attires, couple performed rituals in front of huge gathering as they got married as per the Hindu tradition.
इनकी जब शादी का सोचने का सिर पाता है तो हमने यहाँ पे पूरे गुजरात से लोगों को इकट्ठा किया, 2500 लोगों को इकट्ठा किया। इसमें 54 जोड़ी जो हमारे यहाँ पे दोनों को यहाँ पे जुड़ाई और उसके बाद में आज आप देख रहे हो कि यहाँ से 25 से 50 हज़ार लोग इस कार्यक्रम के अंदर लोग आए।
A grand procession was also taken out during which grooms rode chariots to reach the wedding venue. Mass weddings are very popular, especially among the economically backward sections of Indian society, as these reduce the worries of financial implications among the parents or guardians of the brides.
Sufism has entrenched itself at the center of cultural and spiritual life in India. The Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir serves as the richest reservoir of this tradition, and this can be well witnessed during the Urs of Sufi saints in the region, when people cutting across religious lines gather under one roof. So, giving a glimpse of this unique devotional culture, today we take you to the 27th Urs commemoration of Sufi saint Shaffi Sahab that was recently commemorated in the Rajouri district of Jammu and Kashmir. Take a look.
Situated amidst the lush green scenic hills of Rajouri district in Jammu and Kashmir, the Dargah of Sufi Saint Shaffi Sahib has been serving as a symbol of communal harmony for years. Located at the hilltop of Nangatub region, devotees of different religious communities from the Pir Panjal region visit this Dargah for fulfillment of wishes. Recently, the 27th Urs of the saint was organized, which was attended by hundreds of devotees.
इनसे जिस आदमी ने जिस इंसान ने आशीर्वाद ली है, वो हिंदू हो या मुस्लिम हो, सिख हो, ईसाई हो, सबके ये पैगंबर थे एक किस्म के, और इन्होंने जिन जिन को आशीर्वाद दी है वो आज सुखी हैं। मैं अपनी आंखों से देखता हूँ, आज से 40-45 साल पहले की बात और अप टू टिल आज जहाँ हमने प्रार्थना की है, दुआ की है, मांगी है कि ऐ भाई शफी साहब हमें हिंदू मुसलमान का प्यार देना, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई का प्यार देना, ताकि हम अच्छे से अच्छे वक़्त को देख पाएँ और किसी किस्म का ज़वाल हम पर ना आए, और हम पर आशीर्वाद रखना और अपनी मेहर की नज़र रखना।
Coming from all over the Union Territory, these devotees attended the prayers to seek the blessings of the saint. It is believed that saint fulfills the wishes of all and nobody returns empty-handed from here. People of all faiths have deep faith in the saint who throughout his entire life worked for the welfare of humanity. A community kitchen or langar was also organized where rice and stew was distributed to the devotees from across faiths.
जो ये ज़ियारत शरीफ है शफियाबाद, ये 1995 से आज तक 27 साल हो चुके हैं। यहाँ पे लोग आते हैं, हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख ईसाई, तो यहाँ अपना भाईचारा जो है कायम रहता है, कायम रखते हैं। और इस खिजरिया दरबार से यही पैगाम है कि जो भी लोग यहाँ पे आते हैं वो अमन चैन से रहें, भाईचारा से रहें, इत्तेफाक रखें, तो यहाँ का यही पैगाम है।
Since ages, the Sufi saints like Hazrat Shaffi Sahib have propagated the message of spiritualism and harmony in our country, and their teachings are still playing a significant role in strengthening the thread of secularism.
For antique hobbyists, collecting old unique pieces provide them with a wonderful experience and have an overwhelming appearance at their homes. Moreover, people also collect period pieces because the items hold sentimental value for them. The story of clock enthusiast Anil Bhalla in India's Indore city is also an amazing narrative of antique feel.
What you see on your screen is one of the largest collections of antique clocks in India. These vintage time machines now adorn the wall of Anil Bhalla's house in India's central city of Indore. The clock enthusiast Bhalla is in his 70s and has a collection of around 650 timekeepers, some being over 200 years old. His family has collected clocks for 3 generations, and each of his displays tells a memorable story. The tick-tock sounds these clocks make recite the story of preserving one's own ancestral legacy. Moreover, they also reveal the successful story of turning a distinctive interest into a strong passion.
स्टार्टिंग तो मेरे ग्रैंडफादर ने किया। जब वो विलायत गए थे तो कुछ घड़ियाँ वहाँ से लाए थे। कौन सी घड़ियाँ? स्टैचू क्लॉक। वो गिनती की लाए थे, ज़्यादा घड़ियाँ नहीं थी। फिर उसके बाद में यहाँ मेरे फादर को भी शौक़ था, कुछ उन्होंने खरीदी थी और ज़्यादातर जैसे कि बताया आपको मैंने बद कंडीशन में चालू हमने करी।
According to Bhalla, 95% of these clocks are working and only 5% need services. These clocks range in different sizes and models, including the ones with a pendulum running on balance. What is significant to note is that most of these time markers in collection are handmade and do not have a copy.
अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 650 है और खासियत ये है कि ये डुप्लीकेट पीस में नहीं है और ज़्यादातर हैंडमेड है, तो दूसरा पीस इक्विवेलेंट नहीं मिलेगा आपको, कुछ ना कुछ डिफरेंस मिलेगा ही मिलेगा आपको।
In year 2013, Anil Bhalla was featured in the Limca Book of World Records for Antique and one of the largest collections of clocks in India. The literal custodian of time, Bhalla wants his future generation to continue with the collection.
काफ़ी लोग आते हैं जिनको मालूम पड़ता है बॉम्बे से आते हैं, कुछ के साहब ये घड़ियाँ मुझे आप दे दो, आप पैसे बोलो, तो साहब वो बेचने की इच्छा यूँ नहीं होती कि साहब मेरे को तकलीफ़ क्या है, आज मेरे ग्रैंडफादर की चीज़ है जो बना के रखी हुई है, तो मैं तो चाहूँगा ना मेरा आने वाली पीढ़ी भी इसको संभाल के रखे, और अगर आप प्रॉपरली यूज़ करो तो इन गाड़ियों को कुछ होता नहीं है।
Apart from clocks, Anil also has collected fans, bikes and lamps. The antique hobbyist has a bicycle dating back to the Second World War and also an old BMW bike which is in working condition.
And in the end, we bring you a few short stories about the recent developments and happenings from around the world in our section of World in Focus.
In a fusion of Catholic and indigenous beliefs, thousands of Bolivians participated in the annual Lord of the Great Power Dance Festival in La Paz. After a 2-year absence due to COVID-19 restrictions, the folkloric festival made its comeback to worship the Lord of the Great Power, whose image is removed from a local church to head the procession.
Como siempre, el folclore boliviano demostrando su brillo, su color y su derroche de alegría. Este es el gran poder.
While the brightness of the men's costume symbolizes the beads of sweat from hard work, the rhythm of the traditional metreka percussion instrument symbolizes the sound of slaves' chains. The dancers' shoes, colorful enough to match the dresses and flexible enough to withstand hours of dancing, are cut and sewn by hand. The festival began in the early 20th century to venerate an image that was first made popular in 1663. Japanese company Casio's scientific calculators are used by children in a school in Jakarta, Indonesia for solving difficult math problems. Casio is contributing in different ways to improve education in countries around the world with its Gakuhan project, wherein scientific calculators are being provided in schools to teachers and students.
2016年からこの学班活動を本格的に推進しておりまして、これまでですね、教師の方々を中心に関数電卓を活用したトレーニングですとか、探究型数学授業の定着化を図ってまいりました。現在、今、ジャカルタ州を中心にエドポート日本プロジェクトを推進しているという状況でございます。
KCO has collaborated with the Japanese education project EduPort Nippon for supporting talented students in Indonesia. KCO's pilot classes are highly evaluated in Indonesian education. KCO is providing scientific calculators to educational sites around the world to help teachers in developing leaders and fulfilling dreams of a number of children. Venezuelan pop and reggaeton fans able to pay the equivalent of the country's monthly minimum wage for a concert ticket are filling venues for the first time in over 7 years to see their favorite national and international artists. Since March, singers such as the Dominican Republic's Nati Natasha, the Colombian band Morat, and vocal group Il Divo have performed in venues around the country.
En Venezuela encontramos dos contrastes y pues sí, muchas personas creen que Venezuela se arregló. Realmente no se ha arreglado, sino que las personas, los empresarios se han dado la oportunidad de traer, digámoslo así, alegría, cambiar un poco lo que es la realidad venezolana. ¿Cómo logramos esto? Bueno, no es que sea sencillo entrar a un concierto de esto, no, la entrada aquí en general son $30.
The thriving concert team is one of several recent signs of a superficial improvement in Venezuela's economy since the relaxation of currency controls in 2019 and broader adoption of the US dollar, allowing not only concerts to resume but also the emergence of high-end restaurants, cafes and even casinos, which were legalized in 2020. The country is still struggling with low industrial production, deteriorating transportation services, and a healthcare crisis, according to economists. Companies in Japan are introducing FemTech or female technology. This initiative is undertaken by the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry in Japan. Under it, attention is being paid to the health of female employees and not just on superficial beauty.
日本のエステティック業界をはじめヘアとかアイラッシュ、ネイルなどの美容のサロン業界をメインとした美容業界全体のための商談のプラットフォームとなっております。美容機器のゾーンがかなり大きく拡大しておりまして、新しい美容機器の参入が増えているかなというところがございます。体プラス綺麗という美容と健康のためにの商材を集めたエリアがかなり拡大しておりまして、サプリメントですとか、あと、女性の健康と美しさのためのキーワードとしてはフェムテックとかフェムケアというものの商材が増えているかなというふうに思います。フェムテックというのは、女性が長く健康で美しくいるために女性のその老いのサイクルというものを遅らせたりとか、健康食品とかケア商材っていうふうに捉えております。
The restrictions caused by the coronavirus pandemic have brought new changes in the beauty industry. People wear masks to cover their mouth. FemTech, or the technology of the beauty industry in Japan, is once again attracting attention of the world with its beauty appliances.
That's all we have for you this week. Your comments and suggestions are important to us. Do give us your feedback at myindia@anin.com. I'm your host Uzma Jaffrey, and it's goodbye from the entire production team.